The rainforest contains several species that can pose a hazard. Among the largest predatory creatures are the black caiman, jaguar, cougar, and anaconda. In the river, electric eels can produce an electric shock that can stun or kill, while piranha are known to bite and injure humans. 59. Various species of poison dart frogs secrete lipophilic alkaloid toxins through their flesh. There are also numerous parasites and disease vectors. Vampire bats dwell in the rainforest and can spread the rabies virus. 60. Malaria, yellow fever, and dengue fever can also be contracted in the Amazon region. The biodiversity in the Amazon is becoming increasingly threatened, primarily by habitat loss from deforestation as well as increased frequency of fires. Over 90% of Amazonian plant and vertebrate species, 13,000 to 14,000 in total, may have been impacted to some degree by fires. 61. Deforestation is the conversion of forested areas to non-forested areas. The main sources of deforestation in the Amazon are human settlement and the development of the land. 64. In 2022, about 20% of the Amazon rainforest has already been deforested and a further 6% was highly degraded. 65. Research suggests that upon reaching about 20 to 25%, hence 0 to 5% more, the tipping point to flip it into a non-forest ecosystem, degraded savanna, in eastern, southern, and central Amazonia, will be reached. 66. 67. 68. This process of savannization would take decades to take full effect. 65. Prior to the early 1960s, access to the forest's interior was highly restricted, and the forest remained basically intact. 69. Farms established during the 1960s were based on crop cultivation and the slash and burn method. However, the colonists were unable to manage their fields and the crops because of the loss of soil fertility and weed invasion. 70. The soils in the Amazon are productive for just a short period of time, so farmers are constantly moving to new areas and clearing more land. 70. These farming practices led to deforestation and caused extensive environmental damage. 71. Deforestation is considerable, and areas cleared of forest are visible to the naked eye from outer space. In the 1970s, construction began on the Trans-Amazonian Highway. This highway represented a major threat to the Amazon rainforest. 72. The highway still has not been completed, limiting the environmental damage. Between 1991 and 2000, the total area of forest lost in the Amazon rose from 415,000 to 587,000 square kilometers, 160,000 to 227,000 square miles, with most of the lost forest becoming pasture for cattle. 73. 70% of formerly forested land in the Amazon and 91% of land deforested since 1970 have been used for livestock pasture. 74. 75. Currently, Brazil is the largest global producer of soybeans. New research, however, conducted by Ladomir Oliveira et al., has shown that the more rainforest is logged in the Amazon, the less precipitation reaches the area and so the lower the yield per hectare becomes. So despite the popular perception, there has been no economical advantage for Brazil from logging rainforest zones and converting these to pastoral fields. 76. The needs of soy farmers have been used to justify many of the controversial transportation projects that are currently developing in the Amazon. The first two highways successfully opened up the rainforest and led to increased settlement and deforestation. The mean annual deforestation rate from 2000 to 2005, 22,392 square kilometers or 8,646 square miles per year, was 18% higher than in the previous 5 years, 19,018 square kilometers or 7,343 square miles per year. 77. Although deforestation declined significantly in the Brazilian Amazon between 2004 and 2014, there has been an increase to the present day. 78. Brazil's president, Jair Bolsonaro, has supported the relaxation of regulations placed on agricultural land. He has used his time in office to allow for more deforestation and more exploitation of the Amazon's rich natural resources. Since the discovery of fossil fuel reservoirs in the Amazon rainforest, oil drilling activity has steadily increased, peaking in the western Amazon in the 1970s and ushering another drilling boom in the 2000s. 79 oil companies have to set up their operations by opening new roads through the forests, which often contributes to deforestation in the region. 80. The European Union, Mercosur Free Trade Agreement, which would form one of the world's largest free trade areas, has been denounced by environmental activists and indigenous rights campaigners. 81. The fear is that the deal could lead to more deforestation of the Amazon rainforest as it expands market access to Brazilian beef. 82. According to a November 2021 report by Brazil's INPE, based on satellite data, deforestation has increased by 22% over 2020 and is at its highest level since 2006. 83. 84. Environmentalists are concerned about loss of biodiversity that will result from destruction of the forest, and also about the release of the carbon contained within the vegetation, which could accelerate global warming. Amazonian evergreen forests account for about 10% of the world's terrestrial primary productivity and 10% of the carbon stores in ecosystems. 90. Of the order of 1.1 by 1011 metric tons of carbon. 91. Amazonian forests are estimated to have accumulated 0.62 plus or minus 0.37 tons of carbon per hectare per year between 1975 and 1996. 91. In 2021, it was reported that the Amazon for the first time emitted more greenhouse gases than it absorbed. 92. Though often referenced as producing more than a quarter of the Earth's oxygen, this often stated but misused statistic actually refers to oxygen turnover. The net contribution of the ecosystem is approximately 0. 93.